Okay. Hi everyone. I am starting my first Mindful Monday book club podcast. Oh my god, I'm like a ball of myself. Okay, I need to change my position.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa.
If you can tell, this is not my normal day job, normal speed. Maybe I'll give a quick introduction, quick background on myself before diving into this book club in general. I'm so uncomfortable. I don't know what to do. All right, we're good. Okay, hi. My name is Meghan Olivia on all social media platforms. And maybe to give a quick background or quick introduction, I am a corporate girl by trade. And on the side, I teach yoga, and that is both in the form of yoga sculpt as well as meditation or meditative sound healing. So I will lead meditative practices and introduce crystal sound bowls and other instruments to help perform deeper relaxation. And maybe to give a little bit of background or a little bit go further into all of this and what this platform is for me. So I, like I said, am a corporate girly by trade. And while I really do enjoy and love my day job, I have been really missing my creatives and tapping into a passion. So in November of 2020 or 2021, I got my first yoga certification and have been using that outlet to. I can't tell if I just turned my mic off. I don't think so. We're going to hope not. I've been using that outlet to really connect with what I call my passion. So, corporate by trade, wellness by passion. And while I love my community that I've built here in Chicago, I really felt like I wasn't truly showing up as my full authentic self. And I've been searching for outlets and ways to find a community here, and both virtually and in person in Chicago to, connect with and to build and to grow with. And so I don't know where I'm going with all this. And so, as you can probably tell with my lighting, how I am just holding this microphone in front of my face, this is all new to me, and I am super uncomfortable in front of the camera. So I'll get there one day. But when I was younger, I used to love creating YouTube videos. There is probably a channel out there still, which I'm going to go find. But me and my friends would just go out, be silly, like make videos, edit it, post it, add music, all this stuff. And I used to love that. Like, I used to love being creative. But I, went to school. I thought I was going to be a teacher specializing with students with disabilities, and changed my major like 12 times throughout my career path, or throughout my 4 years rather. And bless my pure mother's soul, because I called her almost every week with like an existential crisis, not knowing what I was going to do. But I landed on the corporate path, and I really love the path that I took. And I think that it truly aligns with, my career aspirations. But I do feel this sense of longing for connectivity that aligns with my passions. And so that's what I'm hoping for this platform to be. I started something called Mindful Mondays by Meghan Olivia. And primarily, the goal of this, or the hope of this, is being able to offer different events around Chicago, offer ways for students to practice with me in different settings, and offer and foster just a sense of community. I felt like I was longing for that in Chicago, and I wasn't ultimately finding what I was looking for. So figured I'd plant the seed, I'd start, and we can just see where this grows and evolves from. But maybe that brings us to our point here and what this YouTube video is about. So I started a book called Liberated Love. I started listening to it originally. And after listening to the intro and the first chapter, I bought it. There were so many quotes. I am a highlighter, I'm an underliner, I have sticky notes in all my books. But I wanted to highlight all these quotes. And so I bought the book and I started reading it. And as I started getting further along, I have been itching to discuss this with somebody. And so I came up with this idea that we would turn this into a book club. And it's going to be a little bit of a different format. And I'm really excited about to see how this goes. And bear with me because it's going to grow and evolve with the community. But we are going to meet every 2 to 3 weeks. And in between each session, we will be reading 2 to 3 chapters. Embedded within those kind of off weeks, I will be offering a platform for participants to connect with each other, hold each other accountable, and check in. And then also there are going to be journal prompts and kind of reflections that you can do while you are reading or after you read and you're reading for the next session. Fast forward to these sessions, we are going to meet at different coffee shops or local businesses around Chicago and going to start each session with a mindfulness practice. So something along the lines of regulating your nervous system, making and creating a pleasure menu, tapping in and to yourself and doing a meditation. So something to get us grounded and ready to host these pretty authentic and deep conversations. And then with all of that, I am hoping to bring on a few other Chicago creatives or a few other wellness individuals throughout Chicago to help lead some of these practices. And then I guess to wrap it all up, where you might be doing some more creative things that kind of tap into what we're learning in each of the chapters and what we're discussing with each of the chapters to foster and deepen our relationship. I am saying a lot of ums and uhs, and I am so sorry, and I will fix that for the next video, hopefully. Anyway, so weekly book clubs, breaking the book down, and really uncovering some of these deep topics. Some of the topics that the book will discuss are inner child work or the masks that we wear and present while we're facing relationships. And these relationships, while it's so easy to think about sexual relationships or your partner, these relationships can be within yourself, within friends, within your family. And so it's helping you identify, what emotional armor are you wearing and what masks are you putting on? Where do you need to set containers? What are your limiting beliefs and how do you continue to work through that? So it's not telling you that you are right or you are wrong or your relationship is the right or wrong relationship for you. Rather, it's helping you identify how you're showing up in the relationship, where you may need to take a step back, set containers, and reflect, and helping you identify these different characteristics, these different armors, in order to show up deeper and show up better to foster and deepen your relationships or identify old patterns and things along those lines. So, like I said, I was itching to have these conversations with others. And so figured we'd plant the seed and start this mindfulness book club. So yeah, that's everything I have to share. Thank you for being my video diary, basically. All of this has been sitting in my head and I'm so excited to share it out and put it into the universe. Thank you for watching this first one, and I am so excited to launch this initiative. We'll be starting June 22nd. I will be linking the book below. I'll also be linking my social media if you choose to follow along or join the channel. Yeah, I feel like that's everything I wanted to share. The question I'm going to ask people at the very end is is there anything that you didn't share that you want to kind of close out on? And so I'm asking myself that right now. And okay, I think this is what I'm going to share. So if you can't tell, I am super uncomfortable talking at the camera. I am like in a ball and like trying to like make myself little. And I feel like I have allowed myself not to take up space. Like I feel safe when I am not the loudest in the room. I feel safest when I'm making myself smaller. But recently, I've been on this journey to allow myself to take up space, to allow myself to be seen. And one thing I always say to my students in class is, what were you when you were younger that you no longer are? Were you carefree? Were you seen? Were you heard? Were you joyful? Were you silly? Did you dance? Like what characteristics did you hold that you feel like you had to repress or you had to push away? And so for me, that's being seen and being heard, and honestly showing up as like my true authentic self. And so before this podcast, I was like about to go do my hair and about to go do my makeup and put on like a cute little outfit. And I paused and I was like, stop. No, that's not who you need to be. You don't need to be put together. You don't need to be this perfect individual. You don't need to be an it girl. You are not an it girl. Stop trying to be somebody who you are not. And so I plan to show up to all of these videos without makeup, without being put together, removing the pressure, and taking away this idea of being a perfectionist. I feel like in my corporate job, I am very, very type A about a lot of things. I don't know how much to share, but I am very type A and like to be seen as put together. And so here I am just gonna let myself be present and show up for you and show up for me. And so that's what I want to share. But thank you for joining, and yeah, we'll see you at the next one. Bye.
Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. You see her walking down the boulevard.